Good afternoon to everyone, and thank you so very much for joining me today on Viewpoint. Wonder More here, along with my guest for today. We'll let you know who that person is in a minute, but let me first thank those of you who are following the live stream, and for those of you who are actually following the live stream, please share it. And you can go to Facebook as well, and you'll be able to see the faces behind the conversation. For those of you who want the information as to how you can follow the live stream, you can go to tvcarib.com, and it would lead you straight into Listen Live, and that's when you need to click and get in and being able to watch the conversation. Or you can go to my website, cmorejournal.com. Either way, when you get there, there's a banner right at the top. You just click on it and it leads you in. All right. Today is a little bit different because here with me is a young lady who is about 15 years old, I think she is. She goes by the name Chrisincia Matthew. That might ring a bell to some folks who actually were following the carnival celebrations which have just passed in the month of April. She took part in the youth, is it the youth?
The teen carnival.
Teen
Queen.
Carnival Teen
Queen.
Pageant.
Yes.
Yes. And if you were there, you would have seen her perform. And she actually wrote a song that she wants to introduce to the public, to the general public, and also get in the ears of those who would listen, because it basically has to do with teens and their struggles that they are facing. All right, so without further ado, let me, and by the way, for those of you who are watching, you would be seeing right next to her mom, who is here in support of her being here today. So I think eventually she would say something, but she's not really here to say anything, with the exception of making sure that her daughter is taken care of. Good afternoon, Chrisincia.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm good, thanks.
That's great.
Okay, you need to get a little closer to that microphone so that we can pick you up. Yeah, that's it. All right, so let's do this again. Good afternoon, Chrisincia.
Good afternoon.
How are you?
I'm good, and you?
I'm not so sure. I'm good too as well. Okay, good to have you. You are driven by some passion. I did have a short conversation with you. You took part in the Carnival Teen Pageant this year.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess it is on the backdrop of your talent because you also play the piano.
Yes.
Yeah. So you wrote this song, Do Better. That's the title of it. Mm-hmm. Tell me why you decided to write the song and you actually performed it, if you want to talk about the performance, whether you was happy with it or not. But why did you write the song? What was in your mind, why you wrote it, and why did you decide to stage it when you participated in the teen pageant?
Okay. Me and my mom, we were having a conversation about the pageant, and she was asking me what I wanted to do for my talent, and I was like, well, I would like to do singing because I love singing and I'm good at it. So I was like, that's a good option to do. Mm-hmm. Then I had shown her some songs I'd written before, like a while back, because I like jotting down my ideas and sometimes in musical form. She was like, why don't you write a song? Mm-hmm. So I was like, what should I write it about? So she told me to write it about something that has to do with teenagers and that I'm passionate about, which I'm very passionate about a lot of things, actually. Mm-hmm. So I started writing it about the struggles of teenagers. I think that St.Maarten as a country does not deal with teenage problems in a correct way. There is a lot of situations in which a teenager would do anything and they get in trouble, or simply they're struggling and they ask for help and they don't get that help. So I wrote the song as a call for help for said teenagers.
Pretty good. You're straightforward there. Um, in your view, can you formulate in your mind some of what you think teenagers are going through and the type of help that would help them
Okay.
to, be probably a little bit better or help them to grow up in the way that they really should? What do you see?
I find St.Maarten doesn't deal with mental health issues very well. If you're undiagnosed and you're trying to get diagnosed, it's a very long process, or simply you just can't get through because your school doesn't help you, or you don't have the funds for it, and it's a very big problem because when you're struggling with mental health issues, even when it's as simple as you just need someone to break it down a bit easier for you to understand, everything gets tend to be treated as your fault.
Oh.
And there's I also find that there are a lot of people who have positions that I don't think they should have, simply for the way they treat children, especially in, I guess, like a predatory way.
Oh.
And
So growing up here, in your view, or as an individual, then you're only 15, right?
yeah,
Yeah. You think more should be offered in terms of help. By the way, let me just straighten one thing out for the listening public. Every individual have mental health issues. I guess what they are not told is, or get help with, is how to manage it. Because when it's not managed, that's when it can get into dangerous waters. So what Chrisincia is basically saying here, that teenagers, in her view, probably in her surroundings, don't get the kind of help that should be available. And I guess the big question is, what help can they offer? I just wanted to interject that because I don't want people to take the mental health issue as the worst case scenario, because it only get worse after. But simple things, you're not helped to manage, and as a result, you're saying that
I
help is
mean,
not a fight.
if you break your leg, you're expected to get a crutch, right?
Yeah.
So you can't expect someone with broken legs to walk. So it's not necessarily that's the worst case scenario, rather than they just simply need some help to reach everyone else's level.
All right. So you wrote this song, and you chose to use it as your talent on the night. Did you win?
No, I did not.
How did you feel when you didn't win?
I was okay. I wasn't really expecting to win
Okay.
because like I saw the other girls and I thought they were really good. Like I think everyone really put like their effort in, and I think we all did like as good as we could because it was a really good night. And I really did the pageant just for fun. Like
Okay. All right.
in 2020 I was in the junior pageant, but then that was COVID. So then my mom had asked me if I wanted to do this year's, and I was like, sure, it'd be fun. And it was, you know. I was a little bit disappointed not to place, but as I said, I think everyone there did a really good job.
Okay. And in that case, you don't feel no way by it.
No.
But you think you get your message across. I'll help you today because I play the song and give people an opportunity to hear the song. And hopefully it could get to the ears of those persons who can do something about it.
Well,
Wow.
I mean, anyone in the community can help. If they're an adult, all they have to do is just give a helping hand,
Yeah.
really. Just listen.
But you title it "Do Better,"
Yes.
which means something is being done, but not enough.
Yes.
All right, you know what? Let's take a listen to it, folks. Let's take a listen to Chrisincia's talent when she took part in the Carnival Queen Teen. And she, in the recording, did you play the piano?
Yeah. Wait,
In
no.
the recorded version, no.
No.
It was only live on stage.
It
It
was
was
only
on
live on
live.
stage.
Okay.
I spoke.
All right. Okay, so let's take a listen to it. Let me introduce it to you, and please listen to the lyrics because there's a message sitting there. All right, let's take a listen.
The world that we live in ain't giving us everything we need. Yeah, it's drowning us in pain. It ain't helping us. Hey, St.Maarten, you could do better. Always hate the world when it can do better. Drowning out our voices instead of doing better, better for us. Why don't you see our mental health? Why don't you see that we are lost? Why don't you stop those who prey on us? Hey, St.Maarten, you could do better. Always hate the world when it can do better. Drowning out our voices instead of doing better, better for us. I see you changing from your mistakes. I see you trying to fix your problems. I know it can't be done. 1, 2, 3. Still I see your effort. You're a developing country, so I'll cut you some slack. You've been helping the youth find the music. You've been building a bridge to both. It might not seem like a lot, but it certainly is a start. Hey, St.Maarten, you are doing better. Can't hate the world when it is doing better. Listen to our voices, I see you trying better, better for us.
Very nice.
Thank you.
Yeah. I paid attention to the lyrics, indeed. And you talk about drowning in pain. Is that part of the experience that you see young people going through?
I think, especially in high school, there are people who there'll be like a certain teacher who has this way of teaching, right? And if you don't understand, you can feel like you're stupid, right? And it's not to say that like you it's just kind of hard to talk about, right? Because if you're struggling or if you're failing,
Yeah.
it's deemed as like a bad thing,
Yeah.
right? It's
You don't
like,
get the experience of holding your hand to lead you to the level where you get it.
yeah,
You just like left alone because something is wrong with you.
yeah. So it can feel like you're drowning because if you're struggling and you're not doing as well as everyone else, then it's something wrong specifically just with you, and no one else struggles like this. So because we don't have conversations
Yeah.
like this as much as we should, we tend to hide them in the back rooms or where no one else is listening and whisper them.
Yeah, I I kind of give it a summary coming to the end because of the lyrics. It's a call to listen to the youth. Am I right about that?
Yes.
Because you're also talking about developing country, and I guess all of that is packaged in. Because we're a developing country, you need to see more help offered to the people who is going to be tomorrow's leaders and tomorrow's.
There is no like finished place for like a country because technically like there is no like full stop because the world will eventually continue to evolve. And I don't want to be too harsh on St. Maarten because it is still a new country. But just because it's a new country doesn't mean you should excuse bad behavior, you know? Like with a child. Like if a 3-year-old runs up and down with a scissors, you don't let them. You tell them to stop and explain how this is wrong. That's what we have to do.
Yeah. A lot of times we tell people stop, but we don't tell them why.
That too.
Mom, you're listening to your daughter. What are you hearing? And I know you are in full support of her, what she does. She's very articulate and she can speak for herself. I was a little bit afraid that she might give me yes, no answers, but she's pretty much at that place where she can speak for herself. What goes through your head?
Well, actually, she's been like this from a very young age. Speak her mind, and not how to say just speak her mind. She does her research. She's also part of her debate club at school as well. She's one of the writers. So she's very much into how to say. She's not just gonna say something for saying its sake. It's because she did the research, because she did the homework, because she really understands that hey, this really is an issue. When she was writing the song, she also spoke to some friends without letting them know exactly what she was doing. And it was like, okay, what are the problems you're facing? What is it that you like or don't like? And she got inspiration from how to say these conversations and came up with these lyrics.
Well, okay, she is talented in that area, but as a mom, how important it is to have conversations with your children to find out some of what she has figured out for herself.
I think it's extremely important, and okay, she's the youngest from 5 children. My husband and I, we have 5 kids. And we've always, how to say, from the very eldest, even with her, always try to have a lot of open communication with them. How to say, let them, have that room that they can express themselves. As well as basically try to, how to say, challenge them as well. It's like, okay, don't just take it for granted because somebody says so. Where are the facts? Do your research. There's a responsibility to when you speak and say certain things. We talk about how to say you have, for example, WhatsApp now. Every day, people are forwarding things left, right, and center on WhatsApp. And it's like, okay, you need to take a little bit of responsibility too. Don't just forward something because you received it. Fact check it.
Yeah.
Because when somebody else get it now and consider you a trusted source, they're taking this information as being real. You understand? So there's how to say, we always try to teach the children to, have that sense of responsibility in everything that you do. No matter what you're doing, don't look at it also say as a meaningless task. Taking out the garbage. If we don't take out the garbage, we're going to live in garbage. Do you want to live in garbage? I don't think so. You understand? So it's not, look at it as it's something, I don't like to do. No, it's part of what we have to do.
Yeah. How different is, this might be a little bit off the cuff, but how different is her to her siblings?
In what way? Because like considering like with all my siblings, I could tell you that like we all have like things that we all do, but then there's also like certain things that I do and then this sibling also does. And then there's certain things that I do but then none of my siblings do, you know?
It's kind of ambiguous, the question, but and what I meant by it is everybody have a different personality.
Yeah.
And I wonder what you see different in her versus the others, and that's where I was going with the question. Maybe that's a better way of asking it.
I think she definitely speaks her mind. I think the others hold back a little bit, but she definitely
Straightforward.
gives it to you straight.
Yeah. No wonder she decided that she was gonna do singing. Let me get to you now. Take a break in a minute, but that song sound a little bit laid back for a talent piece on the night of a show, and then you're playing it yourself. It's a very slow tune. Did you feel a connection with the audience?
Yeah. Okay. I think the audience to connect with the song first, you have to connect with the song. And I felt I love the song.
Okay.
I think it turned out really good.
Okay.
And when I was
But I was figuring out you're playing the piano, and it's nice and slow. How would that
So
get
she didn't play the piano throughout the entire song. So she played it for the first two verses and the first two chorus, and then there's how to say a musical part, the guitar break where it then goes into the bridge, and then she got up and just how to say sang that part. She was moving up and down on the stage. I think definitely how to say even from the time she sat at the piano, everybody was amazed because it was how to say it was a baby grand piano, but it was an electric keyboard in it. But still, I think everybody was amazed to see this little girl come in and basically sit at this piano. And people were just really in awe. We got a lot of how to say support. A lot of people sent messages, even people that she doesn't know reached out to her on her Instagram, was like, oh my God, I so love your talent
At the
piece.
end of the night, these two people, I think they were looking for one of the other girls, but they came up to me and they were like, I really liked what you did. And I just, that made me really happy.
Okay.
Because even if I didn't win, I think I did what I wanted to do. And that's kind of the important part, right?
Mm-hmm.
I stood my ground.
Yeah. Wow. All right. Chrisincia. And remember the name, folks. Chrisincia. All right. Let me take a break quickly. Let me catch myself because she has me in awe. So right after we take a break, we'll come back and we wrap it up. We'll tell you how you can get a copy of this tune and where online you can go to listen to the stream, or if you want to, we'll give you all that information. Let's take a break and come back. The world we're living in is not giving us everything we need. Am I right about those lines?
Yes. The world that we live, it ain't giving us everything that we need.
Yeah. Mom, you have the lyrics to the song there?
Yes, I do.
Can you just share some of it? Because I think it's important that this message really get across. Some people tend to listen to music only for the beats. Maybe I'm a little bit guilty there, but yeah.
So, as you said, the world that we live in, it ain't giving us everything that we need. Yeah, it's drowning us in pain. It ain't helping us.
Yeah.
Hey, St.Maarten, you could do better. Always hate the world when it can do better. Drowning out our voices instead of doing better for us.
Who's the? Tell me the honest truth. Who ears you think you want? Is it your peers? Who ears you want this thing to drop on?
The adults. Any adult, if they're like a parent or aunt or someone in power, anyone who can help a teenager has to hear this.
Yeah. And you know what you're saying to me?
What?
You're saying, I'm telling you what I'm reading from what you're saying. You're saying, when you said anyone, because I thought you were going to say somebody else, maybe those people in authority, but Some parents are really not listening to their children sometimes and don't know that they are drowning in a lot of activities, some of which are bringing them down or making them worse yet. You see, am I right about that?
Yeah, there are a lot of parents that essentially, especially if you have like a sibling that's like really good. I know I have some friends in which they have a sibling or just a family member that's like really smart or really good at this one activity, and this is something that all the family members do, so they feel a lot of pressure that they have to meet that expectation. And when you can't, it can be really hard to express that you can't.
And you sound it off by putting it in song. That's what you feel. What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to do hotel management.
That's far away from the talent that you have. First, before I listened to you, before I listened to the song, because I didn't hear it before, I was thinking maybe you had the voice of those persons who sing very nice in the shower. But when it comes to, some people think they have a great voice when they really don't. Not that it cannot improve, because the best thing to have is the desire to sing. And you can perfect that as you go along. So I'm not putting down people who think this sounds good in the shower. But you have a good talent. And then you want to go into hotel management. Okay. I respect that. So what are you going to do with the talent? Put it under the bed?
No, hotel, like the arts, I adore the arts. I love drama, I love singing, I love visual arts and everything about the arts. I think that isn't something that I'm just gonna like throw away. It's like I
But you have that passion for hotel management.
yes. Oh, I don't even remember where it came from. I just remember I drew like I was like 4 years old, and I drew this picture of a hotel, and I went to was it you or Clara?
To Clara.
I
Her
went to
older
my
sister.
sister and I said, I'm gonna own this.
You're going to own a hotel.
Yes.
Wow.
And the passion has just kind of kept building, because like I like the like business, right? Because there is a lot that goes into running a business. It's not just like organizing meetings or organizing like how the hotel runs, but it's also in the way that you have to market it, or in the way that
So that's business,
yes.
really, yeah. But you maybe you want you use this talent then maybe to get this message across to help youth in your youthful time. But you don't see yourself using that vehicle for the future. Or maybe you can never tell. Maybe if you are at the front desk or you're the manager inside, and you get someone who come in complaining about the service, that you would sing them a song and maybe keep them quiet.
That's funny.
Funny.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it can happen. Yeah. You don't forget you have the talent.
Yeah. I'm
And
not
then
gonna
you
stop
may even
singing.
tell the story of what you did when you were 15 years. You know? And that's when you wrote the song too. Do you have any more songs that you've written?
Like out publicly?
No, not out, but you must have, you said you like writing, right? So
Yeah.
you must have.
I do have songs written. It's just I there's a difference between having a song written and having a song that's written, you know?
What's that?
So this is the first song that she's basically finalized. That it's a complete song. It has music, everything. It's out there.
So it's done.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's a
That was
completed
good,
project. Yeah, it's done. But she has probably like a couple hundred songs written. She just writes
Notes.
notes, but she has a lot of songs that basically she's completed it,
Yeah.
the lyrics, but never completed the process of putting the music to it.
Or simply because I like the idea of where the lyrics are going, but I don't like the song itself. Cause there's like there are a lot of things that a song could be written about anything. So when I have an idea, I write it down and I just get it on a notebook or on my phone or something, wherever I can. And so I have songs about probably everything, but most of them won't see the light of day.
You can't say that.
I said most, doesn't mean all.
You okay?
You're very right. You're very right. How are you at school?
Good. Yeah.
How do they treat you? You have a lot of friends?
I have friends, yeah. I have a lot of friends. I go to St. Dominic High School. I think it's a good school, yeah. It's like a lot of work, but it's not necessarily like a bad school. It's, like, honestly, the worst thing about St. Dominic is that it could be a bit stressful with the amount of work, but besides that, it's a good school. Like, the teachers are really good.
Yeah, I didn't ask you about the teachers. Thanks you.
I'm good. How many subjects? I have 9 subjects for CXC. Yeah, and they're all like because when I was choosing them, I went through which ones I'm good at, which is not necessary to say like I can't do the other ones, but it's just like when you're thinking about what you should do, especially in like a sense of like a future or like for like an example, choosing subjects for high school, it's better to choose something that you know it won't hinder you. Like if like I have what is it? Oh yeah, no. I'm really good at all my subjects. Wait.
Yeah, there gotta be one or two that give you a little bit of challenge.
The 2 that like give me the most challenge is Dutch, but that's mainly because I understand it much more than I can show my understanding.
Okay.
Like when my mom or someone speaks to me in Dutch, I understand what they're saying, but I can't really like speak back in Dutch all that well. And I'm good at listening. I mean, like not listening, reading. I can read a Dutch book, full Dutch, without translating it, but I kind of
read and comprehend.
Yes.
Okay.
But I struggle to write that I understand it. So I tend to get lower for that.
Mom, do you tell her that, especially if she's going to be more involved here at home, that it's important for her to bring that level to her English
The
level?
Dutch?
Yeah.
Yes. I have, I have been trying to instill that in all of my children.
Yeah. Yeah.
I think
Just for the versatility's sake, and our system is still very much embedded
yes,
into the
because
Dutch language.
all of our laws are in Dutch. We do have a quite a bit that are now, we have translated English versions.
Yes.
But at the bottom of the English version always has a text that says, should there be a conflict with the Dutch version supersedes the English version.
It stands. The Dutch version is final.
Yes, exactly.
And the Constitution, at the bottom of every page, it is said that Dutch language, in case of discrepancies, and I think it has a lot to do with the language itself, how it is, because you realize that the language, I mean, is they usually put back to front sometimes.
It depends on the order, because in Dutch it's, if you're doing an active sentence, it's who, what they're doing, the thing they're doing it to, and then the rest of the sentence, and it's usually time and then place, right?
I think so.
Yes. And then if you change the sentence by like bringing the time in front, then you can't have the place in this sentence, because the place always has to come before the time, and it mostly just has to do with like really the grammatical rules.
Yeah.
And a lot, like with a passive sentence, it's the thing that it's being done is done by person.
When to explain what you just explained, I usually use the numbering sequence to explain it, because 22 in Dutch is really literally translated is 2
20.
and 20. Yes.
I think that has to do with like because you add 2 and 20, it's 22.
It's kind of like the French too. The French number
Yeah.
is a whole math.
Yeah. By itself.
No, the French, that's a whole thing. I'm sorry.
So where are we going to see you in the next 10 years? Okay, now 10 years would be 25. You wouldn't be out of college just yet. But where you want to go somewhere instead? What do you want to do? What do you really want to do? Because you
I
just
wanna-
can't leave school and own a hotel. It doesn't work like that.
No. I want to go school in the Netherlands.
Okay. That's good for you.
I have an idea of, well, not really. I have a college I would like to go to, but I do want to do some more research on some other options. Because I feel like just like it is a good school from what I understand and what I've been told and what I've researched. But I think having options is always the best option.
What would be your message to other youth who might find themselves, because in your lyrics you also talk about mental health a lot, and that is I somehow it's not only a taboo subject, but some people don't want to talk about it as if they don't go through it, and everybody goes through mental health issues. What would you say to young people today to try help themselves to overcome some of these struggles that you've identified in your song?
Keep fighting for yourself. Keep advocating that you need help. I earlier this year I got diagnosed with autism, and it's because I got diagnosed that I was able to tell my friend how to get diagnosed. So she's currently in the process of asking her mother to help her get diagnosed. So and the only way for people to be diagnosed is for them to realize that they have something, right? The only way for you to be helped is if you ask. So if you want help, you have to keep asking. No matter how many times people tell you to stop or to be quiet or whatever, you have to keep advocating for yourself.
But who you suggest that they should talk to? Their parents or the teachers, or you have mentors or counselors in school that you can talk to? Because that's one channel that you can take advantage of, because those people give themselves to listening to students and their problems.
I can't say exactly because right, people are different, right? So just because just this person's parents, after talking with them, they start helping them, doesn't mean that the other person's going to listen. Especially in the Caribbean, they tend to treat mental health as like a disease. It's like something to be purged, and there's like taboo way of treating it. And I think the problem is that like you can't talk to your parents if they won't listen, right? If you're screaming and they're closing their ears, it doesn't matter what you say. But I also can't say go to the teachers, because who's to say that this specific teacher at this school that I don't go, that I have never met before, is going to be the same as this teacher that I met before that I know is a really nice one that has helped me, right? And I can't say the same thing about the counselors, because even if they studied it all, it doesn't necessarily mean that they understand what they studied, right? Because there's always going to be someone who despite how much like they should technically be behaving, in the sense of if they study psychology and they see, oh, these are things you should never say to someone if you're a therapist, they still say it because despite knowing it, they don't understand it, right? So there is no like specific person to say. It's just advocate for yourself with whoever, and you have to try and find yourself who you think is going to help you.
Do you see any organization, foundations, or any institutions aside from school that you can get your daughter to be a part of? She seems to have something to offer that I believe. I mean, I walked by you this morning, not knowing who you were, um, until later you came in the studio. I had no idea. I have no idea that she is the way she is and can help and encourage other people to do.
Yeah, and she she has been doing that, how to say, for basically, I guess, all her life. She's a person that always sees a positive in others. Um, she is also, how to say, co-president of the Catholic Church youth group.
Okay.
I think she does, how to say, also advocate these things as well. Um, like I said, she's also, how to say, in the debate club at
I love
school.
debate.
She's in a drama club already. She's in
I had
I
to
think
ask
3
her.
different choirs.
Okay.
So the thing is, what we've always tried to do as parents is basically encourage our children.
Yes.
If we see that they have an interest, they want to do something, we try to
Push
encourage
them in
them.
that
But not
direction.
like, okay, you need to do this or you should do that. No, because the thing is, they're not going to be, how to say, young forever.
Yeah.
So we try to help them to basically discover themselves and discover who they want to be.
I could tell you that Chrisincia have a lot going for her. She know what she loves to do and she know what she wants to do, but there's no telling that she might find herself in other activities because of the help she brings to the table.
Yeah.
And I think if I were to listen to you or have you as a friend, I would want your advice every minute of the day because you seem to, be connected to what's going on, and you've identified in your song that you came to share with St.Maarten Public, Do Better. You speak about us as a developing country, which of course brings with it a lot of added activity, some of which is not even good because we are a tourism country. And to prepare for tourism, we sacrifice a lot of original things to accommodate tourists coming to the country. And at the same time, it comes with a lot of other added baggage, which is crime and these kind of things that we don't like. You know what I mean?
It's the same way in, I think, they call it St.Maarten traffic rules, right? You see, there's a lot of tourists that come from other places in which their traffic rules are
A little bit different,
right?
yes.
And that tends to cause accidents on the road. And it's not necessarily the tourist's fault, because I think, like, if you travel, you would expect rules to stay the same, right? But
Or even different,
or even
because
if they were to
everybody have
differ.
rules, yes.
But it's not that you can ever like fully blame them, right? That's how I feel about St.Maarten. I think they know the rules that they grew up or they learned from before we became our own independent, right? So they're still trying to figure out what rules work for us to grow. And I think I have a very big opinion that when St.Maarten became a country, it didn't really know what it meant to be a country. I think when that was voted for, I don't think there was a lot of information given out to the public as what it
to
means
expect.
for us to be a country, yes. And I think that's where we need to start.
Yeah.
I think St. Maarten needs to
Educate his population.
it needs to educate its people. It needs to tell the people, hey, this is what it means to be a country. This is what should be done for a country to be strong, and it needs to educate people, because the way that our system works is that if someone signs up, right, they could be voted into office, right? So let's say someone who has never ever learned anything but besides just what's been told to them through like the radio stations and like just what the government give out, right? And then they get voted in, they won't know what to do because they never, it's not something that's seen as important.
You have a big opinion, my lady. But you know what you're saying in simple terms? Civic information.
Yeah. I think
It's not shared the way it should, so people can be prepared to take these responsibilities and understand what it calls on them when it comes to them functioning in leading their country forward. I could talk to you all day, but I am functioning on time. I look up at the clock and it tells me it's time for me to go.
all right.
I want to thank you for sharing your song with my listening audience, and by extension, St.Maarten. Quite some people listen to this program, so a lot of people will tell you, if they know who you are, that they've heard your song and it's nice. But the developing country part, I was really getting after what you have in the song. You are correctly identifying, and you gave voice to it just now, identifying that it comes with a lot of things that we are not prepared for. And it can be burdensome for young people in their environment, in their school setting, struggling in whatever way, and there's no one to turn to. And
I
that's
do
the mental
believe
health
St.
part.
Maarten will get there eventually.
Yeah. I think so too. You will get there, but
Everything
with a lot of
happens in
pain.
time.
Yeah, we'll get there with a lot of pain. We'll see a lot of things. Nadia, your final word?
Just that we're very proud of our daughter. We're very proud of all of our children. Yeah, very proud of
Chrisincia.
Yeah, Chrisincia.
And what she has accomplished so far.
Yes.
Hence the reason for me to ask for the difference, because I know some children are better at certain things or good at certain things, and that's all I wanted you to identify when it comes to the difference between all your siblings and children. Chrisincia, good luck to you.
Thank you.
I don't know how far you're going to reach. We didn't even get to tell folks that they can get your song on YouTube.
It's on YouTube, Apple Music, iTunes, Amazon Music, TikTok, Instagram, Spotify, everything.
Every platform.
Yes.
What you have to type in order to quickly get it.
Do Better, Chrisincia.
Do Better and Chrisincia.
Yeah.
And Chrisincia is spelled CHRISINCIA. All right. Thank you so much for your time, girl, and
Thank
for
you as
spending
well.
it with me here. Certainly do appreciate it. Mom, thank you for sharing your daughter with St.Maarten.
Thank you.
All right, folks, that's it for today. Thank you so much also for joining us on Viewpoint. I'll be back again tomorrow at 12. An invitation is extended for you to join us then. In the meantime, take care and goodbye.